All right, we're talking episode 33 here, and we are right in Austyn, Texas, right now, talking about what just happened about 15, 20 miles from my house this weekend when Steve Sarkisian, while down a couple scores, takes out what is a projected top 5 overall pick and his clear and established quarterback and clear and established leader in the locker room to put in Arch Manning. Before I ask Mitch what he thought of that whole thing, understand that I actually see what Sarkisian did there. So we're going to talk through a little bit of both, but you're definitely going to hear some passionate quarterbacks that have been in some situations that's a tough one. That's a tough one. So, Mitch, take us into it, dude. What did you think?
I mean, I was screaming at my TV. I thought it was so stupid. And we'll get into this. Like, did Quinn play his best game? No, but like it wasn't. The issues were not because of just Quinn. The O-line did not protect him whatsoever. He had people in his lap all day. So from the outside looking in, people probably thought he made a lot of bad decisions, was forcing the ball. Dude, he had no time. No time. So he had to be a little early on balls, had to be overly anticipatory because he had people in his lap the entire night. And again, I just don't think those issues really fell on Quinn. Did he play great? No. But I think Arch Manning's going to be a great quarterback. I think he's a really good player right now. But let's be real. Did he give Texas a better shot to win last night? No. So I think just doing that, all it's going to cause is headaches in the media. It's going to cause frustration with Quinn. It's going to cause confusion on the team. You also put Arch in a tough situation because they weren't playing well as a unit. So you're going to put a redshirt freshman in that spot now. Like, it's only going to, make things tougher on Arch. It's just, I did not agree with the decision. I think I've been in that spot and I've been pulled twice because the offense needed a spark. Both games I got pulled, we scored 0 touchdowns. So it's like, is it the quarterback? Is there more going on? And last night, I can say that Quinn didn't play great. The games I got pulled, I didn't play great. But there's a lot more issues than just the quarterback.
Tell me what your thoughts are, because the one thing I'll say is you got pulled and nobody had a clue what was going on. I came down to the sidelines and was like, dude, you get hurt? Like, nobody knew what was going on. Like, Sark has been open with the media about, I may at a point put Arch Manning in the game. Like, but Quinn Ewers is our quarterback. How do you feel about that?
First of all, why? Like, I think, and this is not against Arch. Like, this has nothing to do with Arch. This has to do with everything that Quinn Ewers has done for them and how good of a player he is. So that's my first question, but I understand him. If you're going to do that, I understand him coming out and saying that to clear the air and being like, if this happens, it's not because Quinn is playing bad, and it's not because we don't want Quinn. I think it's, yes, Arch offers some things that Quinn does not offer, and that's just mobility and being able to be a little bit better of a runner. But regardless of all that, I still don't understand why when Quinn's the second or third best quarterback in the country. Like, I don't really understand it. I don't know why that's even a question,
Let's take an even more unique look at it. Dia Bell, who's a young man who I've had the pleasure of getting to know really, really well. He's the number 1 quarterback in the country in the junior class, is committed to Texas. He was on the sidelines this weekend. How do you feel watching that? Knowing that that's where you're going to go play. How do you feel about that?
It's weird because as a young kid, I saw that happen, and I'd be like, oh, well, that's just because that won't happen to me. Like, that just happened. Well, he must not be playing well. Like, that won't happen to me. I'm not worried about that. And you kind of go into college with that experience, but you have to look at it as a whole. It's like, all right, well, my play caller and my head coach and my coordinator is willing to pull me out of games when things get tough, even though I'm 6-0, even though I've done all these things, even though I lost in the semifinal by a touchdown last year. Like, I do not agree with that. I was yelling at my TV. I was like, this is the stupidest thing they could have done. And, but I know you have some opinions, so I'll shut up. And
yeah, my opinions are a lot more just, I'm seeing this happen at the quarterback position a lot more, I feel like, than I ever have before.
It's happened a ton.
I think that there was an older mentality, and some things get better through time and some things kind of suck through times like that happen. And I think like what I'm seeing at the quarterback position is I'm seeing it start to be treated kind of like it's another position. Where it's like running back fumbles. They put him back in the game. He's the guy. He fumbles again. Dude, sit down.
Yeah.
You know, like it happens all the time. It's not as often. In fact, I would almost call it rare to like see your starting quarterback, your clear starter, get benched.
Yeah,
you would literally 10 years ago, you know, back when I was playing even, 10 years ago, I would have to see, you know, 3 picks and a half.
Yeah.
Like something like miserable for that to happen.
Yeah.
Now I'm seeing it be treated in a way of like, yo, let's try to get, in Sark's words, in your words, like, yo, let's just try to catch a spark here. Like, let's just try to catch a spark.
Yeah.
This is where I come in with my opinions. Like, great, the spark sounds good. Do I hate it? No, because you may get a little bit of a spark. Sure.
Yeah.
You may get a little bit of a spark. But Chip Kelly had an unbelievable quote he used when DeAnthony Thomas was basically playing in a big game. For those that don't know who DeAnthony Thomas is, he was one unbelievable lightning in a bottle running back.
It makes me feel old, bro. People don't know who Anthony Thomas is.
No doubt,
Goodness
right?
gracious. Oh my gosh.
But he's in a huge game in the fourth quarter and he fumbles and the other team gets the ball back. Okay. And they go out for the next drive. And my recollection is they're up 3 with like 3 minutes left in the game. They're probably going to win the game. And DeAnthony Thomas runs the ball again and he fumbles again. So after the game was over, the press is like, why would you put him back in the game when he just fumbled and you only have 3 minutes left? So like, all you have to do is protect the ball. He goes, sure, if I didn't put him back in the game, we probably wouldn't have fumbled. But he said, I could have stopped the bleeding, but it would have been at the risk of killing the patient. And I thought it was beautifully said. What he meant was what I want to tie this to psychologically is, okay, cool. We win this football game by taking DeAnthony out of the game. But if I take DeAnthony Thomas out of this fucking football game right now, DeAnthony Thomas for the next week has to hear about it all week from other people. And he sitting in his dorm room or his, nice room that he's living in is going, my fucking head coach didn't trust me to finish this thing out.
Yep.
Could permanently change your relationship with your head coach.
Yep.
Could permanently change the relationship with your program.
Yeah.
Easy to say, right? Quinn Ewers like, dude, he said it before the game. He said that he might be looking for a spark. Tell that to a first-round quarterback and captain of his football team that has done a whole bunch of things for the University of Texas.
Yeah.
Leaving Ohio State, coming, staying for multiple years, like coming back this past year. I don't care what Quinn Ewers says to the media. I don't care what his parents say to the media. I know as a competitor, you are sitting there going, I fucking got benched in the second quarter of a football game as the number 1 team in the country, as a 6-0 football team. Mitch, you tell me, bro, what is going on underneath him saying at the mic, I understand what coach wanted. Like, I understand why we did it, blah, 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 blah. Just talk about some of those deeper things that a lot of people just don't understand.
Yeah, you get just pissed, man. You get so frustrated, and you hit it on the head. It's like, damn, my head coach didn't trust me. My head coach thought that there was a better option than me to win the game. Really? And then when you go watch that film, you no longer look at it from a lens of, okay, what can I improve on? It's like, well, look what he did wrong. Look what he did wrong. Look what he did wrong. And you don't tell anybody. You don't publicize that. But you're playing the blame game in your head when you're watching the tape. It's like, all right, you pulled me, but I just got my left tackle just ran into me on pass protection. Oh, you pulled me, but my receiver had no separation here. Like, that offense looked horrible. They ran for 29 yards. Like, they did not look good. And the quarterback, again, it is the weight we carry. You're gonna get all the praise. You're gonna get all the hate. That is just what we do. That is our job, and that's okay. But when your own head coach, who you trust and who you work so hard for, pulls you and basically says, "Hey, I think there's a better option," that's just such a kick in the nuts. And especially when you know that, and I'm sure Quinn Ewers is very hard on himself and he's very real with himself when he knows that he was not the reason why they were losing that game. I have been in that spot, bro. It is so frustrating. I got pulled. We have 3rd and 10. I get pulled. I throw a slant to my receiver, hits him in the face mask, and we drop it. It would have been a first down. And the next, I come off the sidelines and I get pulled after hitting my receiver in the face mask. And because we needed a spark. And again, I was like, so you think there's a better option than me to win this game? And I know I'm not the reason why we are not in this game. It was a 0-0 ball game in the first quarter. And you're just like, all right, bro. Like, it's just such a frustrating feeling. It's just like, I'm not pulling you. I don't think you've done a great job coaching. I'm not pulling you from your duties. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's going through Quinn Ewers' mind. He's like, I don't agree with your play call, Sark. I'm not pulling you. I'm not telling you to give it up for today. So it's just like, and I get it. It's a coach and a player. That's a whole different dynamic. Like, I totally understand that. But it is bullshit. And I get fired up about it because I've been there. And I think it's stupid. Like, it's just like, when there's other options, when there's other reasons why there's a lack of success, that's when it's the most frustrating.
The second quarter.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
The second quarter. On
And bro, I'm just a guy. This is a top 5 pick, so I'm gonna shut the hell up here. Okay, I'm gonna shut up and get off my stuff. This is a top 5 pick. This is a Heisman Trophy contender. What are we doing?
Second quarter.
Yeah,
like,
what are we doing?
What does a sea captain do when the ship is fucking wounded, dude, and you got water coming in from the bottom? What's the sea captain do, dude?
You right the ship so you can finish the journey.
You right the fucking ship, but if your ship's going down, you go down with the ship.
Oh, 100%.
Dude, you didn't even give the man a chance to fix the ship or go down with it.
No.
Like, you didn't give him that chance. So I look at it through, again, always for me, the psychological lens is, what has he shown you now that just every game for the rest of the season may not be your game?
Yeah.
You better start fast. You better
It's always in the back of your mind.
It's there now.
Yeah.
It wasn't there before. It's there now.
Yeah.
Again, we can say whatever we want between the relationship between Ewers and Sark.
Yeah.
There's no way in the second biggest game to this point this year in the college football season, getting benched in the second quarter at home doesn't disrupt that relationship.
100%.
Yeah. Quinn may be as good of a guy as it gets, still disrupts the relationship.
100%.
Just like Sark may say, we just need a little change of pace. We just need a spark. I don't care what anyone says. That locker room feels a type of way about that situation.
Yeah.
I would assume that the locker room is probably not very happy about it themselves.
Yeah.
Because I think there can even be a little bit of rumbling of like, if that dude's last name's not Manning, does he go in the game in the second quarter right there?
Yeah.
I think they could feel that. I think they could also feel, dude, Art just barely played. Like, against Georgia, we think that Arch Manning in the second quarter is going to be the thing that turns it. Has to play in my head if I'm Quinn Ewers. What if Arch did turn it around?
Yeah, right?
Are you done?
Yeah, right? The top 5 pick? Like, what? Yeah.
So just psychologically, and this is why I'm so passionate about what I do, and I think it's very simple to make an emotional decision in that moment and say, I was looking for a spark. But I think a lot of coaches, and I'm not blaming every coach, although I do think they need to be more responsible about some of these decisions that they make. Yeah. Like, that can affect your quarterback the rest of the season.
Yeah, he's going to play every game. He's going to have the wonder, am I going to get pulled? I've been there, bro. It completely hinders you. It's like, after the first drive, you don't score a touchdown. It's like, oh shit. Like, is this my last drive? Is the second drive my last drive? If we don't score? Like, I don't know. You know, and it's like, oh, well, we just ran the ball on first down. It's 2nd and 12, and then we dropped the ball on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd and 12, and we didn't convert, so it was 3rd and 12. Is that my fault? Am I going to get pulled, or am I going to force the ball on 3rd and 12 and just praying we get a first down to stay in the game? It's
7 sacks, 10 TFLs, and we pull out our first-round quarterback. Again, I think what's cool about like just the way that we just broke that down is like you get a feel of both sides. Like I get why Sark did it. I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I get why he did it. If you do it, I'll tell you what, I'm doing it because I think if I'm saying that Arch needs to go in the game, I'm very clearly saying we're fucked in the passing game. We can't protect the quarterback. So I'm bringing Arch Manning in so that we can run quarterback power, quarterback counter, and start ramming the ball to try to establish a different type of game.
100%. If that's what you want to do, the first 2 play calls are quarterback runs to let them know why you put him in.
The run I saw from Arch wasn't even designed.
No, it was a scramble.
It was a scramble.
Yeah.
So the offense stayed the same. Which honestly, don't even fucking get me started right now. Because if we're comparing Arch Manning right now, who's played against 2 shitty teams in his whole career against one of the best passers in college football, who has had us in the playoff, dude, nightmare. But I'm super curious how Texas fans feel right now. Like, super curious what they feel. Probably a little confused. I don't know.
Well, just knowing fans in college football, they probably want Arch Manning to start 3 weeks ago. So I don't even want to tap into.
Well, dude, let me just take that then. If they wanted him to start 3 weeks ago, and they just saw him run him out there in the second quarter, then what you have is what you and I have both seen and dealt with. You have the world thinking that Arch Manning and Quinn Ewers are right like this, and in that locker room, dude, it is that. It is that.
Oh. It has nothing to do with Arch Manning, dude. He's going to be a very good college football quarterback. He's a very good player. He's very young, and he's had a lot of success. We were just saying how good Quinn Ewers is and what he's done and the experience he's had. He's played in those games. It was dumb as hell, dude. That relationship is fractured. Because it's like, fuck you, dude. Like, I wasn't good enough for you? Really? Really, bro? It's just it's hard to look that guy in the eyes. It really is.
Second quarter, dude.
Yeah.
Second quarter.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a little bit morbid, but also I think it's a sign of something that I am seeing happen more frequently.
It is. It really is.
What are you seeing from that standpoint, Mitch? Just if anything there.
Just less patience with the quarter. It's just just less patience, and like I said, we take the fall and we get all the glory. So I think it's automatically assumed that once the offense starts playing poorly, it's all the quarterback's fault, and sometimes it is, And I think situation is so big. I mean, I look at the Pittsburgh Steelers, bro. They're thinking about not starting. I don't even know if he's playing right now, but
he's not
starting.
Dude. This is Russell Wilson's first start tonight.
Why, bro? We're 4-2 in the NFL. What are we doing?
Najee Harris was pissed off about it. He was openly pissed off about it.
We're 4-2 in the NFL. What are your plan B after going 4-2 in the NFL? We're in first place in the AFC North. Excuse me? It's so stupid, dude. It's so stupid. And I look at situations like Bryce Young. Now, is Bryce Young playing out of his mind? Bro, it's the worst roster in the NFL. They suck. You were the first pick for a reason because your team sucked ass.
Right.
They did not have any roster improvements from year 1 to year 2.
Yep.
You put Andy Dalton in. Love Andy Dalton. Huge Andy Dalton fan. And, bro, they get waxed by the freaking Redskins today 40-7. Is it Bryce Young's fault? Are you pulling him because you're saying we suck and we can't help him? Then say that.
Right.
Then say that. Say we suck, we can't help him. We were waiting till we get him more help to play him because we think he's the future. Say that.
No doubt.
Don't just pull him and then put Andy Dalton in there. And they still suck. Whose
Brutal.
fault is it? Bro, they are a horrendous roster.
Horrendous.
It's just
100%. And to finish the episode, I'm going to take us back to college because the perspective that I want you guys to hear to finish this is because I don't think we've brought it up, and it's something that you should know. Why does a quarterback get so pissed when they get shuffled? Like, okay, this is the perspective I want to share. You dominated the guy all spring. You dominated the guy all summer.
Yeah.
You dominated the guy all fall camp. I'm talking less Texas situation right now, and I'm talking more just at large.
Yeah.
You won the job over a span of 7 months of evaluation.
Yep.
Consistency in 7-on-7, consistency in 11-on-11, consistency in scrimmage periods, consistency all the way across the board.
Yeah.
And now, because you're looking for a spark, you're taking out the best quarterback on the team when oftentimes the offense is just not performing very well.
Yeah.
And putting in another guy who you completed the slant that was dropped on the previous drive, and now this guy's the answer.
Yeah.
And that's where kind of the bullshit creeps in.
Yep.
It's like, let's say Arch Manning goes on 2 touchdown drives in a row.
Yeah.
It's now 20-14. And then in the second half, like, he struggles early, they bring Quinn in, he struggles, and now the game's over. You lost. Yeah. Everyone is now talking about how Arch Manning should be the quarterback at Texas. Again, so much respect to Arch Manning. If you guys think it's even close, you have no clue.
Yeah.
No clue.
No clue.
You've watched Arch do it against UTEP, dude.
Yeah.
UTEP. All right? Like, I will believe, I'm not anti-Arch at all. Like Mitch said, he's going to be a great player. I'll believe it when I see him put it on a top 20 team in America because I've seen Quinn do that.
Yeah. Bro, he had one bad half in like 22 starts. This guy beat Alabama last year.
In Tuscaloosa.
The guy went to the college football playoff, lost by 4 points to the runner-up.
This guy is a projected first-round pick.
A top 5 pick. Has unbelievable numbers. Just beat the shit out of Oklahoma in the Red River rivalry.
A lot. Well, Quinn, ultimately at the end of the day, I'm not cussing out Sark. I get it, but I don't get it. I'm not pissed at Arch Manning. He's going to be a great player. I'll tell you, Texas football, you guys got a lot of beautiful days ahead of you, man, including probably this year too. But you guys got NIL money. You got quarterbacks lined up. You got Texas football and the hold. You got the brand. You guys are going high places, man. So as you listen to this episode, shit, I live in Austyn. I don't want anyone coming and banging on my door either. So we're in good shape here, all right, guys? But like, just a wild situation to break down. And as always, like, I love how Mitch and I can just provide a little bit of all perspectives here. And that allows us, when we see the truth on all fronts, to kind of, what do you feel? So I would love to hear you guys drop in the comments. That's an incredible way to end the episode. Hop in, join us, guys. We appreciate you as always. Peace.